हमारे साथ आज प्रेजेंट है शगुन रौतेला। वो एक टीचर भी हैं, वो एक पेरेंटिंग कोच भी हैं, और वो इतने सारे बच्चों को हेल्प कर रही है इस जर्नी में। तो मैं पहला क्वेश्चन इनसे पूछूंगी कि आप रोज इतने स्टूडेंट से इंटरेक्ट करते हो, इतने पेरेंट्स से भी मिलते हो, तो आप क्या शेयर करोगे, कौन कौन से चैलेंजेस स्टूडेंट्स फेस करते हैं? सो फर्स्ट विल टॉक अबाउट द चैलेंज।
Okay, so hi everybody. I'm Shagun and I'm a parenting coach.
Yeah.
I'm also a teacher and a mother of a 4-year-old daughter. So,
Okay.
before I begin with the challenges, yes, there are so many students that I come across on daily basis and challenges, unlimited number of challenges.
Okay.
But the most common ones, if I discuss, they have a lot of fear. I feel whenever they want to take a step, there is a lot of resistance in them, resistance regarding what other people are going to think about them, lot of judgment. I think, why is it so? Because it's coming from, firstly, it's coming from the home. I feel lot of comparison among other children at home. The parents are comparing them, your cousins are doing so much good and what are you doing? So we'll have to look into all these factors. They have a lot of fear. They hesitate to take a step. For example, when I ask them a question, they'll think 10 times before answering, as if it is right or wrong, but a lot of hesitation is there. And these days, if I talk about the next major challenge, a lot of anxiety issues. I come across many students, those who are having a lot of anxiety issues. Anxiety as in if they have to sit and appear for their exams. When we see those students, we look at their faces, we see that there is so much pressure inside them while they are answering to the questions. That anxiety is related to their exams and lot of peer pressure. I feel. Not only exams, they feel as if they're not giving exams, it's the last thing of their life.
Yeah.
They give the exam in this manner. So these are the basic things that I come across on daily basis. Lot of anxiety, lot of fear. They do not have the courage to take the initiatives, not even answering, not even simple answering in the class.
And we have been those students before in our life also. Yeah.
Yes,
We
I
have
feel,
been.
but nowadays I feel the things have become more because of the technology, because of the gadgets. Most of the time I feel they try to get their validation from the phones, from the gadgets, because the same thing they're not getting at home. That is why they're more attracted to the gadgets. Earlier, I don't know, during our times, we might not be feeling that kind of pressure too much the way they're feeling it right now, because somewhere we were connected to our families, somewhere we were in touch with our parents, we used to have a word with them. But here I feel these days they're feeling, that they're actually aloof. They are sitting with the couple of their friends, but still they are unable to share the things that they really want to share.
So, because you are seeing everything clearly, closely, what do you think the role of a teacher should be?
Very, very nice question.
And one more thing I would like to add, like what is happening right now, what kind of teachers we have, of course we cannot generalize. There are many good teachers also and many different level of teachers also. But what is that issue that you are finding in, the way teachers are, the way they are guiding and everything, and how they should be? And when you will answer this question, then I am going to share one more powerful thing which drives me towards this topic again and again, which is also heartbreaking. So you can share first. Yeah.
Yes, I feel the role of the teachers play a very important role these days in children's life. It's not only dedicated to the subjects that they teach, because I understand the education system is in such a way that we are, as teachers, we are always in a hurry to complete our syllabus within a limited period of time. We are always concerned about that. We are also concerned about the extra activities that we do in school. There might be other events apart from the academic scenarios in which we need to get involved.
Yes.
So I understand the involvement of teacher has become too much in the education system, in the school setup.
Okay.
It has increased. But I feel nevertheless, we should not forget this thing. At the end of the day, we're doing all this for the students.
Wow.
So no matter whatever time we get, I feel there should be a personal connection with the students. Otherwise, whatever we are doing on the above level, checking papers, making question papers, or our involvement in doing all the other work in the school premises, it's a waste.
Mm.
At the end of the day, I feel it's all about students. It's all
Mm.
about having a personal connection with them with whatever time we have.
Yeah.
Even one student a day, that makes a lot of difference. I always say it's always one child at a time. This is
Mm.
something that I really like. So you don't
100%.
have to talk to 50 students in one day,
Yeah.
but talking to one student in one day,
Mm.
imagine how many teachers are working in a school and what difference it's going to make. If we just get very close to the child and try to understand what they're actually going through
Mm.
apart from their academics,
Yes.
because I have totally witnessed this. It's been long time that I have been connecting with the students, and when I'm talking to them, the moment the child is standing in front of me, majority of the students, it's the same experience. They just start crying. They just start crying as if there is nobody to listen to them, and that's the most saddest part.
Mm.
If one is doing and the entire teaching faculty starts doing this, just connect with one student at a time.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. It's
Mm.
not too difficult.
Mm.
So I feel that's the need of the hour. One teacher at a time and one student at a time.
Yeah, and it all comes down to, understanding why you're getting into this profession. You know, if the purpose is not clear for the different reasons, which is the top is not, taking care of the child or empowering them at the deepest level, then it becomes superficial journey. Even if you're the best at your subject, but still the students are suffering. And therefore, I want to share that recently there are many cases, and before that also, the thing is happening in India, like in just 1 hour, more than five students or four, five youth, they're taking their life away, they're committing suicide. You know why? The forced career choices, peer pressures, heartbreaks, emotional turbulences, parental pressure, teachers pressure, whatever reasons, competition is so much, and different addictions for sure, and all these things are happening, and it is pushing them towards living their own life. And yeah, this is something which I realized, this when I was in 11th and 12th, I was also unhappy and everything, nobody to talk to, nobody to share and everything. And then I realized that I'm in the situation, that many students and many people who are in the similar situation, I need to change this. But how? Because I was in the same situation. And then I encountered about the meditation, Bhagavad Gita, and everything, which helped me in bringing the peace of mind, clarity of thought, the clarity of purpose. And then it became the mission of my life, that I want to help that student, that youth, that person who is suffering in silence, who has no clarity, no direction, nobody to talk to, because wherever we go, people judge us. So, is there a space where you can just be yourself? Somebody is just coming from a space of, they don't want anything from you, but just there to help you. That space was missing, and I found that space in different scriptures, with Vivekananda, with Paramhans Yogananda ji, with my own guru, and other teachers of my life, who came selflessly. And the way you shared about the quality of teachers, I can completely relate. 1 year back I was also a student, like through that way. My teacher was there, Anupriya ma'am. you know I have seen the way she teaches everybody. I've seen like multiple times the teachers are more inclined towards the topper students, and okay, she is going to bring marks, so I'm going to talk to her or take her name more and more times. But she was the only single teacher I encountered in my life that she was equally focused on everybody, even towards those who are not more interested or you be considered as weak or something. She was concerned about them more, and she never judged anybody. She used to call them, talk to them. In the college campus she used to stand, she used to talk to them, how you are, what happened to you, why you're not coming in the class, are you sad? And she was coming from a space of compassion, because I have seen other people pointing out, other teachers pointing out them, but from a space of judgment, anger, blaming, acquisition, something like that. But she was coming from a space of compassion, and they shared everything with her, and she has helped so many students in transforming. So that was very inspiring for me, and therefore I think so much about this. And the way you also shared, the way you treat your students and everything, that is very empowering to create that safe space. Anything you would like to
Absolutely.
add or ask or
Yeah,
something? Yeah.
absolutely, Pragya. You shared it really well. It is not about a personalized thing. Okay, if a child is not scoring good in my subject,
Mm,
there's nothing to make it very personalized.
mm,
That means maybe that child is not understanding the subject, or maybe that child is not keen towards learning that subject. It's completely fine.
mm,
As a student, they are offered 6 7 subjects in school, and
yeah.
it is not mandatory that they're going to like all the subjects.
Mm,
So it has nothing to do with the teacher. Most of the
mm,
time I feel sometimes we also take it in a personalized way. If a
mm,
child is not doing good in my subject, that child is a
mm,
defer child. We
mm,
actually put those labels for
mm,
children. This is really bad because you never know where that label is taking that child.
mm,
For how long that child is going to remember your label.
mm,
So this is something that I would like to share here. Do not label any child.
mm,
All children do well. They have their own, they have their own progress speed. They have their own likings and dislikings.
yeah.
One child likes some subject, the other likes something else. So it is completely fine. Let's just start normalizing these things
Mm,
and do not judge students because they're not good in everything.
mm.
We expect them to be like an all rounder in everything.
100%. And they have certain skill sets or uniqueness which is not there in the other students. But
Yeah.
are we providing that space to them so that they can uncover those talents, those potentials? No. Because I'm the example, till 10th, 11th, 12th, I was like average, ठीक है, कभी नंबर आ गए, कभी नहीं आए, और 9, 10, 9 बहुत चाहिए ना, 10th ठीक हो गया क्योंकि 10th बोर्ड है,
Yeah.
10th बोर्ड है, whatever.
Yeah, and this is something which is very common. 10th and 12th, these are your making years, and
Hmm.
this is also something which I listen very often from parents
Hmm.
and everybody around. 10th and 12th are your crucial years. If
Hmm.
you do not do good in those years, you won't be able to do anything further in your life.
Hmm.
Anything that you would like to share regarding this myth? I would
100%.
I would say it as a myth.
या इट्स 100% ट्रू बिकॉज आई विल शेयर माई एग्जाम्पल विथ यू कि बोला गया 10th में पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा तो मैंने 10th में 10 से जीपीए ला दिया क्योंकि वही था हाईएस्ट उस
Hmm.
टाइम पे यहाँ 10 से जीपीए लाना पड़ेगा तो मैथमेटिक्स
Hmm.
में मजा नहीं आता था आई वॉज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड और फॉन्ड ऑफ टू मच अबाउट मैथ्स एंड एवरीथिंग
Hmm.
तो आई वॉज लाइक तो फिर मैंने बोला कि मुझे क्या चूज करना है तो क्लैरिटी वॉज नॉट देयर बट मैंने देखा क्या कर रहे हैं बाकी लोग क्या ठीक है जहाँ पर मैथ से भाग सकते हैं तो मैंने बायोलॉजी ले लिया मुझे क्या पता फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री में न्यूमेरिकल्स आ जाएंगे तो 11 ट्वेल्थ में मन पूरा ऐसे हट गया था एंड आई
Hmm.
यूज टू थिंक लाइक 10th तक तो अच्छा था 10th से पे आगे अवार्ड मिल रहा है सो हैप्पी एवरीथिंग एंड देन 11 ट्वेल्थ आई वाज थिंकिंग आई एम डम आई डोंट आई नो नथिंग आई हैड बिग ड्रीम्स एंड एवरीथिंग कि ये चीजें करनी है कुछ पावरफुल करना है पता नहीं क्या करना है but I started thinking low self-esteem, lazy. And what happens when you do these things? Your discipline goes away. You start finding pleasure in the food and sleep, laziness, entertainment and everything. Addictions आने लग जाते हैं ना
Yeah.
थैंकफुली उस तरह के एडिक्शंस मेरे जीवन में नहीं आए वो बस स्लीप वाला लेजीनेस वाला फूड का ही बस आया
Hmm.
and then what happened I started with the yogic practices and everything which brought a change in my life मुझे पता था कि भाई ये चीजें हैं it's good enough but this is not what I meant for I'm a different person I have a different set of duties and potentials so therefore I'm not going to judge myself just because I cannot solve a numerical or a mathematics problem
Absolutely
that
correct.
is not my purpose that is not the way I am here for so that changed for me but it was a tough job to convince my parents and share that this is not what I want to do which is again coming because of the conditioning कि नहीं नहीं साइंस तो पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा नहीं नहीं
Yeah.
ये तो करना पड़ेगा आईआईटी में तो जाना पड़ेगा नीट तो क्लियर करना पड़ेगा नहीं तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा you look at different things around the world हर एक ऑब्जेक्ट का एक यूनिक पर्पस है ना यूनिक एग्जिस्टेंस है ना तो हाउ कैन वी से कि हर किसी को एक ही चीज करना है जब उसका टैलेंट अलग है उसके स्किल्स अलग है उसका थॉट प्रोसेस अलग है किसी का फेस भी सेम नहीं होता सबका फेस भी डिफरेंट है अलग तरीके से है सो दिस क्वेश्चन नीड्स टू बी आंसर्ड एंड इस पे इंट्रोस्पेक्शन होना पड़ेगा और इसके लिए आई विल रिकमेंड स्टार्ट मेडिटेटिंग टीचर भी और स्टूडेंट को भी ध्यान करना इंपॉर्टेंट है टीचर को भी इंपॉर्टेंट है ताकि वो हैंडल कर पाए अपने मन को जब वो खुद के मन को हैंडल करेगा दे कैन हैंडल द स्टूडेंट्स and you don't have to control the students you have to connect the students that is the important thing you try to control them and they become rebellious and everything you cannot
Yes.
impart the wisdom until you connect with them consciously and that is the important point and Sagun this is my mission वहीं से मुझे पता चला कि मुझे नहीं पता इसमें क्या फ्यूचर होगा यौगिक साइंस में क्या होता है नहीं हो कुछ पता नहीं था ना 6 साल पहले 6 साल पहले तो कुछ नहीं पता था मैंने बोला कि जो होना होगा देख लेंगे बट दिस इज माई मिशन जिसने मेरा जीवन चेंज किया उसको मुझे इन डेप्थ पढ़ना है उसमें जाना है एंड देन आई विल सी व्हाट इज देयर और कोई रास्ता नहीं और कहीं नहीं जाना है बिकॉज वंस आई रियलाइज माई पर्पस मेरे को किससे वैलिडेशन चाहिए एंड द पर्सन हु वाज हैविंग नो कॉन्फिडेंस नो प्रोडक्टिविटी नो फोकस कंप्लीट लेजीनेस एंड एवरीथिंग वो तुरंत ट्रांसफॉर्म हो गया 12th तक मैंने कभी कोई स्पीच नहीं दी थी अपने जीवन में एक बार टाइम मिला था तो वो सब बिगाड़ के आ गई थी उसके बाद कभी भी कभी भी हिम्मत नहीं पड़ी But once I entered my college and I had the clarity of purpose, everything naturally came. जैसे बोलते हैं ना कॉन्फिडेंस के टिप्स लो,
Yeah.
10 tips for confidence, 10 tips for productivity. अरे if you have the clarity of purpose, all these things follow करता है, heightened
Yes.
energy and everything. And I witnessed that in my own life. मैंने बोला कि वो क्लैरिटी ला कर दे, टैलेंट तो भर भर के है लोगों में, लेकिन कोई उसको किसी और चीज से रिलेटेड, तुम्हारा ये ठीक नहीं है। अरे सबके भीतर इम्परफेक्शंस होते हैं, हर चीज में आपको बेस्ट नहीं बनना है। इसलिए कहते हैं ना, लॉर्ड बुद्धा कहते हैं द पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ इज टू फाइंड योर पर्पस एंड पुट इन योर हार्ट एंड सोल इनटू इट। दिस इज द पर्पस। जानो तुम्हारा पर्पस क्या है, तुम यहाँ पर क्यों आए हो, व्हाट इज दैट मेक्स यू हैप्पी, व्हाट इज दैट मेक्स यू अलाइव, पैशनेट, that enhances your energy naturally, which is useful for the world. This is what I want to add. Because कुछ लोगों को मुझे
Beautiful.
मजा आता है, अच्छा लगता है, सोने में अच्छा लगता है, मूवी देखने में आई फील अलाइव, नो, which is useful for the world, which is contributing towards the world. Is there anything that you can do which is making you happy, you alive, and it is adding value to the world? When these two things combine, powerful stuff happens. The world needs it, you love it, continue. Yeah, and that is what I believe in.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I remember the time when I spoke to you regarding what am I doing currently. I'm teaching a
Hmm.
subject, but
Hmm.
that's fine. I'm connecting with students, but still a sense of satisfaction is not there. And then we started talking about it, and I realized, yes, I want to make a difference in the lives of parents and students. I want to make their connection better. So this is
Hmm.
what I'm working for. Okay. So
Beautiful, beautiful. And
coming back to these students,
hmm,
Pragya, what do you think? How can these students figure out their passion or
hmm,
discover their true purpose? What do you
hmm.
think?
Yeah. So it is not only the job of a student, there's a collective effort that is needed, you know, because they are small, they're kids, they are young, so they're being shaped by the environment, surroundings. Why few students are so passionate with so much of purpose like you know, बड़े होते गए तो उनको why, because upbringing था, parents were also like kind of sensitive and conscious and everything at some level, definitely.
Yeah.
And similarly, you had also that questioning mind and everything, which was imparted by some or the other teacher or through some book or through your parents. You had that inside you, right? Why other teachers don't have, other people don't have? Because it is also influenced by the collective conditioning. So that needs
Yeah.
to be changed. First, we have the role for the teachers, for the parents, and then for the students. You know, whatever environment they're getting in their homes, that is affecting them. So important is to do teacher work with purpose, or their purpose is something else. Just, oh, I'm doing my job. That's it. Yeah. So if you come from a space that I'm doing my job, मेरा काम ओवर हो गया, 6 घंटे का, 10 घंटे, whatever job is done, you know, वो चीजें नहीं है, वो स्टूडेंट्स है, कॉन्शियस बीइंग्स है, वो फ्यूचर है हमारे देश के, दुनिया के पूरे। सो उस तरीके से ट्रीट करना पड़ेगा। तो वी हैव टू एजुकेट द टीचर्स ऑल्सो टुवर्ड्स फाइंडिंग अ सेंस ऑफ पर्पस इन देयर ओन वर्क, इन देयर ओन लाइफ। If that is not coming, the frustration will sow inside the work. So the teachers need to be educated on the purpose of life, and then come the parents, which you are doing very beautifully. You know, you are doing all the things. As a teacher, you are the example of being purposeful and conscious. As a parent, you are also again the example. At the same time, you are educating others also how to come from a space of non-judgment. Because you know what, I frankly believe that the purpose of any relation is to facilitate in others' journey towards the highest freedom. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to hold you, possess you, or tell you do this, then I'm going to love you. No. You are here, I'm going to support, I'm going to be there with you. Go do whatever you want. I can share my perspective and things about stuff, but I'm here for you for the journey towards the highest. This is the purpose of relationships, any relation for that matter, you know.
Yeah.
And if this thinking goes away, it becomes toxic, and we ask why this is toxic, why parent children relationship is not good, because both are coming from a space of कि मैं, तुम मेरे बच्चे तो ये करो, बच्चा बोल तुम मेरे
Beautiful.
पिता मत हो तो तुम ये करो, you know, why you are expecting and stuff like that. तो दोनों तरफ से है, तो पेरेंट्स को भी एजुकेट करना पड़ेगा, which you are doing beautifully. उसमें हम थोड़ा सा यौगिक पर्सपेक्टिव डालेंगे, भगवत गीता का पर्सपेक्टिव डालेंगे, ताकि वो और ज्यादा पावरफुल हो जाए, isn't it? So that is going to be done from our side. एंड अल्टीमेटली इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में मिसिंग है ना मेंटल हेल्थ को अच्छे से, जिसका अल्टीमेट जो नॉलेज हमारे भगवत गीता में मिलता है, हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स में मिलता है,
Yeah.
अबाउट हाउ टू हैंडल द माइंड, हाउ टू हैंडल द इमोशंस, इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस है क्या, अब देखो क्यों, क्रैक कर लिया, आईआईटी क्रैक कर लिया, एम्स क्रैक कर लिया, सब कुछ क्रैक कर लिया, फिर भी कैसे जाते हैं, क्या जीवन खत्म कर लिया अपना,
Yeah.
इतने फ्लोर से कूद गए, ऐसे चीजें हो गई, क्यों हो रहा है? दैट मीन्स वो कौन सा एजुकेशन दिया था भाई जहां पे उसका टॉपर का नंबर आ गया लाखों स्टूडेंट्स में, और फिर भी उसको बेसिक नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कि माई लाइफ इज सो मच वैल्यूएबल देन दिस जस्ट वन स्टफ एंड दैट दिस वन सिली प्रॉब्लम। उसने तो क्रैक भी कर लिया था ना, जिसको दुनिया बोलती है कि पता नहीं क्या कर लिया इसने। अब उसको क्या हुआ, क्या ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है कि उसको हैंडल नहीं कर पाए, मतलब वी फेल्ड कलेक्टिवली। उसको हम ये नहीं सिखा पाए कि लाइफ इज सो मच इंपॉर्टेंट एंड बियॉन्ड एवरीथिंग। उसको ये नहीं हम सिखा पाए दैट यू आर बिगर देन योर प्रॉब्लम्स, योर चैलेंजेस। हम उसको ये नहीं सिखा पाए कि इट चेंजेस, एवरीथिंग चेंजेस। अच्छा समय है, नहीं है, बोथ चेंजेस। अच्छा है तो बहुत ज्यादा मत उड़ो, बुरा है तो दुखी मत, इट्स ओके, इट विल चेंज। ये बेसिक है ना, ये नहीं सिखा पाए हम, एंड दैट इज व्हाई द ट्रबल इज हैपनिंग। और पता नहीं कौन सा फॉर्मूला लगा के पता नहीं क्या सीख गए और जीवन खत्म हो गया। ऐसे लोगों को बना करके हम क्या करेंगे? उससे तो ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का टूल है ना, वो सब बता देंगे तुरंत तुरंत। What makes us human? Our own emotions, our own uniqueness, our own compassion, understanding, valuing life, connecting with people, giving that support, not stuffing with the memory and all the data and everything। यही तो हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम रह गया अभी का। मुझे याद है, मुझे चीजें याद ही नहीं होती थी बचपन में, तो मुझे लगा क्या कैसे याद करूं मैं, बहुत
Yeah.
मुश्किल होता है याद करने में। बैठ के रटते रहो, इतने मुश्किल से मैं रट पाती थी चीजों को क्योंकि उस समय लगता था कि रट के ही लिखो, क्योंकि उससे ऊपर नीचे किया तो टीचर्स फिर तुरंत कट करते। कुछ अभी अपने से लिखो तो जब कोई आंसर खुद से लिख कर आते तो डरते रहते थे कि वो तो आंसर गलत लिख के आए हैं।
So true. So true.
एंड ये दिखाता है कि हम कैसे, किस एजुकेशन सिस्टम से आए हैं, और ये हमारा नहीं है एजुकेशन सिस्टम, दिस वाज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड है। हमारा जो पहले का था गुरुकुल सिस्टम वो बहुत ज्यादा पावरफुल था, जहां पर टीचर्स देखते थे कि अच्छा ये किस में पावरफुल है, किस में इसका
Yeah.
इंटरेस्ट है, और उस तरीके से उसको बढ़ाया जाता था। you know? हर फूल गुलाब का ही नहीं होता, कमल भी होते हैं, गेंदा भी होता है, और सबकी अपनी सुगंध होती है, सब अपने आप में ब्यूटीफुल है, एंड दैट इज आवर स्टूडेंट्स आर, उनकी भी अपनी ब्यूटी है। अब ये किसका, एक टीचर का ये है कैसे उसके भीतर का वो पोटेंशियल निकालता है। यू नो पेरेंट्स को नर्चर, पेरेंट्स भी अगर सपोर्टिव मान लीजिए हो जाएंगे, स्टूडेंट्स टीचर्स नहीं है तो दे कैन टीच द स्टूडेंट्स, इट्स ओके इफ यू कैन नॉट स्कोर, आई एम देयर विथ यू, टेल मी व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू विथ योर लाइफ, सो दिस विल बी पावरफुल। तो कलेक्टिवली सबको ये भगवत गीता, मेडिटेशन, टू हैंडल द माइंड, टू हैंडल एवरीथिंग इन लाइफ, यू रिक्वायर द स्किल। आप देखो शगुन फ्रेंच कैसे पढ़ते, हिंदी कैसे पढ़ते, इंग्लिश कैसे बोलते, ये सब सिखा रहे हैं, मैथमेटिक्स कैसे करते हैं, साइंस कैसे करते हैं, ये ऑब्जेक्ट कैसे काम करते हैं, सब सिखा रहे हैं। अरे तुम जो हो, तुम्हारा मन कैसे काम करता है ये नहीं सीखना जरूरी है क्या? मुझे नहीं पता कि ऑब्जेक्ट कैसे चलता, चल जाएगा मेरा काम ना, मुझे नहीं जानना, मुझे 2 लैंग्वेज में कम सीख के चला लूंगी काम अपना। बट जब मुझे नहीं पता मेरा मन कैसे करता है तो डेंजरस हो जाएगा ना मेरा जीवन। आई डोंट नो हाउ टू हैंडल, आई विल जंप एनीवेयर, आई विल डू एनीथिंग, बिकॉज आई हैव नो आइडिया हाउ माई माइंड वर्क्स। इसीलिए लोग पूछते हैं आकर के स्टूडेंट्स, एडिक्शंस है, हैबिट्स ऐसे ऐसे लगे, छोड़ नहीं पा रहे हम। तो ये दिखा रहे हैं कि भाई यू डोंट हैव द कंट्रोल ऑफ योर माइंड, यू नो दिस इज द गुड स्टफ, ये करना है वो करना है वो करना है, बट यू डोंट नो हाउ टू हैंडल द माइंड, दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम। उसके लिए आपको ध्यान करना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए आपको गीता सुनना पड़ेगा, ज्ञान में आना पड़ेगा, द रियल विजडम विच इज नॉट अबाउट द थिंग्स बट अबाउट योर ओन सेल्फ, हाउ द माइंड वर्क्स, हाउ योर इमोशंस आर, व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ योर लाइफ। इसके लिए कुछ डीप क्वेश्चंस पूछने पड़ेंगे शगुन। लोग कहते हैं मुझे डिनर में क्या खाना है, बड़ा उसके लिए दिमाग चलाते, इधर से ऑर्डर करेंगे, इधर नहीं अच्छा, उधर वो रेस्टोरेंट बड़ा अच्छा है, रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, 1 महीने बाद उस इतने लोग के साथ जाएंगे, इधर पार्टी करेंगे, उसमें इतना दिमाग लगता है, इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट लगता है। बट अगर उससे पूछा जाए कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू हैव जस्ट 1 year टू लिव, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू, ब्लैंक,
You don't know.
30 days टू लिव, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू, व्हाट इज योर टॉप स्टफ, नो आइडिया। क्योंकि दिमाग इन सब चीजों में कंज्यूम्ड है ना, कौन कलर का ड्रेस में एकदम पूरा ध्यान है, ऐसा से वैसा नहीं कोई बता देना। बट डिसीजन जो बड़े बड़े जीवन के हैं वो कोई और मेरे लिए ले ले, लेकिन ड्रेस तो हम रेड ही पहनेंगे या ब्लू ही पहनेंगे, अरे उसमें कोई भी पहन लो, डज नॉट मैटर, बट द इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन ऑफ योर लाइफ यू शुड टेक। एक स्टूडेंट्स को ये बात, एक रिबिलियस वाली एटीट्यूड लेकर आना पड़ेगा। मेरे जीवन में भी था गाइडेंस, सब कुछ था बचपन से, मेरे पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा स्पिरिचुअल, भगवत गीता सब कुछ, बट उन्होंने भी ऑब्जेक्शन दिया था ना जब मैंने स्टेप लिया तो अपने लिए, फिर भी उन्होंने दिया था कि नहीं ये नहीं करना, ये नहीं करना है। बट अभी मुझे लगता है कि वो उनका तरीका था मुझे चेक करने का, टेस्ट करने का,
Yeah.
और जब मैंने वो पोटेंशियल दिखाया, now they are with me, they are my biggest cheerleaders, and that is the power. Yes.
Yeah, you need to take stand for your own self and just move on in the right direction. That is very important. If we are talking about all these stuffs, I feel sometimes it's all also taken in some other direction. When
Hmm.
we talk about marks, also that marks are not important.
Hmm.
If children also hear this, they take it in some other direction.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am is saying marks are not important. We don't have to see anything.
Hmm.
Please understand, we're not talking anything about that. That marks are not important. This is not important. It's all about moving in the right direction in your life,
Hmm.
understanding your own emotions.
Yes.
You're not
Yes.
suppressing your emotions. So many
Hmm.
things are going on inside your heart and inside your mind, and you're not sharing it with anybody.
Yes.
So understand these very, very critical and important things of life. This is what
Hmm.
we are talking about. And eventually try to understand your own purpose and discover that and move towards your purpose, move towards that.
Hmm.
And it should be, again, very well said, Pragya, as Pragya already said before, it should be something related to the world, something good that you're doing to the world, to others. It's not only about thinking about self.
Yeah. Yes.
Discovering a purpose is not about thinking about self, it's
Yes.
more than that.
100%.
Yeah.
And
So,
ultimately, yes, you can
yeah,
complete.
yeah, Pragya,
I
continue.
was sharing that it is about the balance. You know,
Yes.
it is important. Marks is important, but how much? More than life?
Yeah,
This is the
yeah,
question you have to ask. It is important, but not more than your life.
yes.
Yeah, this is something to understood. Yeah, everything has
Absolutely.
importance, but there is a level. कौन कितना ज़्यादा important है ये समझना, इसको विवेक शक्ति बोलते हैं, discriminative ability, wisdom. So you have to
Yeah.
develop that wisdom. What is more important than what stuff? So you have to create that basic sense, and you have to follow that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pragya, anything that you would like to share for the students? Because when I talk to majority of the students, this is something which is very common coming from them. Okay, I'm just
Hmm.
sharing my experience coming from them. They say that, ma'am, the entire day we are occupied in our tuitions, in our classes. We
Okay.
don't have time for anything. This is very common that I'm
Hmm.
hearing on daily basis.
Hmm.
Ma'am, after school, just half an hour or 1 hour we have, and after that, back to back, we have classes, classes, classes till evening. And I tell them, when I ask them, what is something that you really like, they tell me so many things. Ma'am, we like to do sketching, we like to do painting. Okay, when is the last time that you've done it? Ma'am, we don't remember. 7, 8 months back, 1 year back, because now we are occupied. So they're so much occupied in the curricular setup that in the entire day they're not giving time to their own self.
Hmm. True.
So if you can elaborate about that and tell us something about that,
Sure.
how they can take time out for this as well, because this is the top priority.
Hmm. Okay. So I can relate this completely because I've lived that life. I was in 11th, 12th. I was going for coachings and schools
Yeah.
from like 5 a.m., waking up at 5 a.m., then going till school, coming back at 1, then having my, lunch fast, and then going for the coaching, coming at night, and then completely tired. I used to sleep and everything.
Mm.
So I've lived that routine, that life. I had no time for anything, you know, completely busy and everything. But how to inculcate, I realize that I have to bring the change because this is not going to help me continuing in this fashion. So you have to take out the time for yourself. 10-20 minutes of some meditation work will help you, because even if you're aiming for the marks or for competition or excellence, you require to have that sharpness of the mind. You want that, right? You want the sharpness of mind, you want the clarity of thought, you want that focus, concentration, energy element. You got to work on your breath, isn't it? एग्जाम्पल आप लो कि एवरी सिंगल डे आप अपने घर को साफ नहीं करते हो तो क्या होता है? डस्ट। रह पाओगे उस घर में? नहीं। अपने मन को वो शांति नहीं दी, रोज हर क्लास में जा रहे, कोचिंग स्कूल जा रहे, वो इन्फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है, हो रहा है, हो रहा है, साइलेंस का टाइम नहीं दिया, एब्जॉर्प्शन का टाइम नहीं दिया, क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट कैसे आएगा? क्रिएटिविटी जीरो हो जाएगा फिर। This is the stuff that is happening repeatedly. You are doing the same stuff. You're thinking, why I'm not growing? Why new good ideas are not? Even if they're coming, I cannot go deeper into that. For going depth towards the depth of anything, you require silence. It arises from the silence. Newton को भी कब आया law of gravity? Not when he was restless. He was resting. He was relaxed. And then एप्पल गिरा, सबके ऊपर गिरा, पहले भी उनके ऊपर गिरा होगा, बट वो रेस्ट रिलैक्स्ड है, तब तो उनको वो आया कि अच्छा दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स, वट एवर। तो ये
Absolutely. I
चीज
also tell them.
इम्पॉर्टेंट है।
Yeah. I also tell them this thing, if back to back, if back to back, they are just learning and consuming information, it is actually decreasing the productivity. It's
Hmm.
not that they're doing really well,
Hmm.
because if you just calculate the number of hours that you're spending in your classes and you measure it with your marks, are they
Hmm.
correlating? Are they relating to each other? No,
Hmm.
not at all.
Hmm.
So what
Okay.
is the point? Now understand the
True.
basics.
True. And at the same time, it is not correlating, and your mental health has gone, your physical health has gone. So
Yes.
it's a loss. It's a big loss. So inculcating 10, start from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of meditation practice. Some physical stretches is a good thing. Just go outside in a park, even for 10 minutes. You can walk and do stuff, be around nature. And then, learn from the people, like those people whom you want to become, you look up to. Just not your teachers, just not the parents. Find mentors in your life, the guides. ऐसा लगता है ना कि ऐसा मुझे बनना है, ऐसा कुछ करना है, उनकी बातें सुनिए, ऐसे ब्लाइंडर्स ऑन करके मत आगे बढ़िए, यू नो कि नहीं यही अभी 10th है तो 11th हो जाएगा, आप कर लोगे, अच्छा, नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट दैट, बट ब्रिंग दैट बैलेंस. कनेक्ट योर सेल्फ विद द गुड मेंटर, उनसे कनेक्ट हो जाइए, लर्न अदर देन द सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज, क्योंकि आपको भी पता है. चलिए आपको प्रैक्टिकल बात करनी, विल टॉक अबाउट द प्रैक्टिकल स्टफ. 12.5% ही सिर्फ हार्ड स्किल्स इंपॉर्टेंट है करियर ग्रोथ में, you know other than that more than 87.5% is all about the soft skills. अगर आपको करियर ग्रोथ करना है, forget about spirituality and everything, forget about purpose for a moment. If you want to grow in your career, you require career, soft skills. 87% टाइम आप दे रहे हो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स के लिए. आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन, कितने टाइम आपने ये चीजें करी कि मेरा क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग के लिए कुछ कर रहे हो, फोकस के लिए आप कुछ कर रहे हो, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन के लिए कुछ कर रहे हो, clarity of thought, confidence, what are you doing for these, communication, and then you are saying अरे मैंने तो इतना नंबर लाया, मेरा ये जॉब क्यों नहीं हो रहा, हो गया तो निकाल क्यों दिया. किसी यूनिवर्सिटी की जिम्मेवारी है अगर आप सॉफ्ट स्किल्स नहीं सीख रहे हो, यू नो उसका तो जो है वो है, डेफिनेटली चेंज उसमें चाहिए, बट वी कैन नॉट ब्लेम, क्योंकि हमारा जीवन तो फिर खराब हो जाएगा. उसमें तो लंबा प्रोसेस लगेगा, एजुकेशन सिस्टम जैसा भी है अभी तो वैसा ही है ना. व्हाट वी कैन डू, चेंज होगा तो धीरे धीरे होगा, हो भी रहा है. द चेंज इज ग्रेजुअली हैपनिंग, सो वी हैव टू टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि मुझे कॉन्शियसली खुद से सीखना है. सेल्फ एजुकेशन के लिए जाइए, किसी भी क्लास में है आप एक्स्ट्रा सीखिए, कम्युनिकेशन के बारे में सीखिए, यू नो ध्यान कैसे, माइंड को पावर वाली टेक्निक्स होती है उन सबको सीखिए, कैसे मन को पावरफुल बनाते हैं, इमोशनली पावरफुल बनते हैं. अलग अलग चीजें करिए, हॉबीज के लिए अपना टाइम निकालिए, गिव दैट टाइम, जॉइन सम क्लासेस एटलीस्ट इवन फॉर अ वीकेंड. एंड लिमिट योर, डेफिनेटली डिजिटल डिवाइस का आप यूज थोड़ा सा लिमिट कर सकते हैं. हम जो रील स्क्रॉल करते रहते हैं ना, बोलते हैं कि 20 मिनट टाइम नहीं है, ध्यान के लिए 20 मिनट बहुत ज्यादा लगता है, बोलते 5 मिनट करेंगे, लेकिन रील चलाना हो तो उसके लिए तो 1 घंटे भी कम है जी. वेब सीरीज चलाना हो तो 3 घंटे भी कम है, 6 घंटे पूरे दिन के चाहिए मुझे तो होम आर वी फूलिंग, किसका जीवन है, हमारा जीवन बनेगा या बिगड़ेगा. सो यू हैव टू थिंक इन दैट मैनर. कब तक कंप्लेन करेंगे, आई एम टॉकिंग राइट नाउ टू द टीचर, टू द पेरेंट एंड टू द स्टूडेंट, तीनों से अभी मैं बात कर रही हूँ. हम कहते हैं कंप्लेन, अरे बच्चे नहीं सुनते जी, हम क्या करें. पेरेंट्स भी बोलते, टीचर्स भी बोलते, बच्चे ही डम है, व्हाट कैन आई डू. टीचर्स, स्टूडेंट्स बोलते हैं कि टीचर्स ठीक नहीं है और पेरेंट्स भी ठीक नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं. सो स्टॉप दिस ब्लेम गेम, स्टॉप एंड टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लो कि मेरी जिम्मेवारी है इस चीज को चेंज करना. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू ब्लेम एनीबडी एल्स. और पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ को जानना है तो आई एम गोइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस दिस ब्यूटीफुल बुक, दैट इज डिस्कवरिंग योर लाइफ पर्पस, inspired by the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita and my own life experiences in a step by step practical manner. आप इस किताब को ऑर्डर कर सकते हैं, डिस्क्रिप्शन आपको लिंक में मिल जाएगा. So do it right away. And Sagun has also done that. Hopefully she will receive soon, and she is going to share a complete review video about the book. So I love this because I created this, and I'm super excited to share this with the world. And
Definitely. And I'm eagerly waiting to read this book. Probably I'll be
yeah,
receiving it very soon. And yes, it's so important to read books. Please start. If you've never read a book,
हाँ,
please start with this one.
100%.
I'm sure it's going to give you an amazing perspective of your life. Trust me, it's always good to learn from other people's experience.
100%. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm.
Any last message, Pragya, that you would like to give to the students out there?
Yeah.
You've already shared so much. I
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
there's so much that you've covered, but any last one
Yeah.
message?
I'll give one last message, that you are not alone. You think you are alone, but you are not alone. Yes, definitely other people are there, but there's a divine power whom you call God or universe or energy or your guru, whatever that you believe in. Just realize that there's a power with you, which is there within you, which is taking care of you every single second. You remember in life, many challenges came, overcame all of them. Now you are here. You will overcome this problem also beautifully, powerfully. And after some time, it will not even matter. You will laugh at it. The problem that you think is bigger than my life, and you are ready to take your life away. This small one, you are bigger than your problems. And know that you are not alone. You have all the potential inside you. You have so much inside you that you have no idea about. And how can you explore that? By taking the step fearlessly with faith. And when you take actions and steps, all the potentials starts coming out from you, starts springing out of you. So have faith and jump into the unknown towards the highest. Yeah, that is what I want to share. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And take help.
Yeah,
This
100.
is my message to all my students. Take help whenever it's needed. Do not
Hmm.
keep things to your heart.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
The many
when you
people
when you when you
already.
think positive, yeah, when you think positive, you attract positive kind of people also. And there is so much these days to explore, and so many mentors are there. You can
100%.
always connect with Pragya and me
Hmm.
whenever you feel that there is something that's bothering you. we are,
100%.
we are definitely going to help you for that.
100%. So thank you so much for joining here, watching this complete video, giving your time. Write in the comment section आपके टॉप लर्निंग्स क्या रहे, आप क्या नेक्स्ट स्टेप ले रहे हो, और डेफिनेटली जल्दी से इसको ऑर्डर करिए.